Okay, so we got a Gravely HD ZT HD 44-inch there, and this guy is a year old maybe. That's the model number right there. I believe it's like a year old, but I'm not sure. The guy said he bought it last year. He had about 57 hours at the moment. And then calls me. He's a friend of mine. He calls me. Actually, he stopped by the house about last week. He'd given me a tractor before. One of the craftsmen. He had donated it to me. He says, "Hey, it's me. I'm giving you a tractor." I said, "Yeah, I remember you. What's going on?" He said, "I need your help." He said, "I got this Gravely. Just stopped on me. I think it's the belt." He said it popped off. I said, "Okay, no problem. So let me help you." So I followed him at the house. I went and we told it. He said, "Fix it, call me and let me know how much it is." I said, "No problem." So I got to work that same day just to see what I needed, but I couldn't figure out where the model number is. Anyways, I found where this was, because usually they have it, the older ones used to have it right here on the frame somewhere, but anyways, they must have changed the place now. What I'm trying to get to is that this mower this 0-10 only has 57 hours, right? And then the belt is like shredded. So I said, there is no way that the belt is all like messed up, because the rest of the belt that's the deck belt, but the rest of the belt was okay, but like in one spot it was like chewed up. So I said, there is no way that, Graylys, they make good mowers, man. So I was pretty shocked. But then I did a little more digging, and what I found was that this hydro fan on the right side of the mower, it's destroyed. Do not know if the guy got a stick, a branch stuck on there or something. I don't know what did it, but I went to change the belt and this thing is off. I can actually pull it right now if I. Yeah, let's see. Maybe not. Maybe still the bolt's still in there, so maybe it's grabbing a piece. I don't know what. Maybe not. Maybe it doesn't have enough room here to pop out. But point is that this. I think I can get it. This fan, this cooling fan it's destroyed. I don't know if I can get it out now, but anyways, everything seems all right. This pulley seems okay. The other one seems okay, seems in place. It's not moving, but that fan, you can see, it's destroyed. And I don't know who to blame, Gravely or the homeowner. He didn't seem like he was cutting like a yard that has a bunch of branches, so I don't know what happened. And I never opened one of these newer ones, so I started by removing the seat, because the seat kind of sits like right here, and then I know there's a one bolt here, and then what's gonna happen is I'm gonna loosen all these cables, take everything out, then lift this piece off, because it has a clamp right there, and I couldn't do it without taking the seat off. So that's gonna be the next step. Then after that, I believe that I might have to remove this fender. I'm not sure, but on the old ones, what I just taken the cap off, and I kind of pivot the fuel tank off and kind of slide it out. I'm guessing it's not gonna let me, because this area right here is smaller when the tank looks like the side of the tank. So I'm gonna have to remove that side, basically get the fuel tank out, because there is no way I can get to this fan from the bottom. It's forget it. You can't even take the bolt out. Forget that. So you're gonna have to be from the top. By removing this one, I'll be able to see and remove that fan and replace it with a new one. And while I have this fuel tank out, I am going to put the dry belt at the same time, because I don't see, I'm pretty sure it's possible, but I don't see a lot of space here. So it'd be good for me while this fuel tank is off that I would replace that belt from the top, and then, you know, call it a day. So that's where we are. Also, we are going to do an oil change and fuel filter and all that, oil filter replacement and all that, and maybe sharpen the blades. I think they're pretty good because, like I said, he wasn't cutting anything bad, so these blades are perfectly fine. I'm just gonna sharpen them a little bit, not much. Still have the good edge there. But yeah, 50 hours, man. This is crazy. I never had a mower come in with, well, actually I did it was a bad boy, but that was a corporate of a stick, because the stick was still stuck in there and I had to clean everything out. But don't know what happened here. Do not know what happened here. So on the next video, I'm gonna show you guys when I open the fuel tank, remove your fuel tank and all that, then we're gonna replace it and see from there. All right, see you guys on the next video. And I stand correct. I had to remove the fuel tank. I had to remove the fuel tank. But what I'm pissed off right now that it's not supposed to happen is this bull crap right here, because I want to loosen up the battery terminals. Where are they? And they freaking break from the battery. What kind of crappy shit are they using, man? Seriously, like, really? Why? I mean, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, that's the worst. Like, these things are. Why are you using the cheapest freaking battery? I don't understand. I don't get it. But anyways, I'm pissed because those terminals broke. You know, it's just freaking stupid. But then let's get to our main corporate here. Look at that. 50 hours. How? I really don't know. I really don't know what happened or how it happened or why it happened. It shouldn't be happening. This right here shouldn't be happening at all. It's not how it's supposed to. I don't even know if I have a fan like that. If not, I'm gonna look online, but I think that's a 3/4 inch bolt right here. I usually use a impact to get it out, otherwise you can't. So you have to use an impact and hold the pulley down. Okay, let me remove that and see if I have a fan somewhere. Okay, so it's about maybe a week later, because I had to wait on the parts. We got, there's a bunch of stuff on the ground here. And so we got the pulley. Now the pulley is fine. I already checked the spines on everything is good here. This is not damaged at all. But what was damaged was the pulley fan, the cooling fan here. So it was all damaged. So this is the new one. I ordered off eBay. Is OEM from Hydro Gear right here, and then this will be like the part number. HYG 23821. And that's on the inside of this pulley as well. If you look, where is it? Right there. 53821. That's the part number right there. Same as on the old one. The old one has the, if you look on the inside here, even on the damaged one, you can see it. But that's the, so I ordered this off eBay because it was like, I believe, $23 or something, or $25. I couldn't believe it. But if you go in the mower shop, they're definitely gonna charge you like $50 for it. That's the old belt. We got the new belt right here. I think it's like, I gotta look it up, but I think it's like 70 some inches right here by ½ inch, and that's all the same on them, on pretty much all the Graveleys, unless it's like a bigger commercial ones, I believe. All right, so then the other thing you would need is some blue thread Loctite, because you don't want, and they originally, the bolt here, this one originally comes with it like that, so that way it doesn't come loose and stuff. So I'm gonna put a little bit, not too much in there, but you're gonna need some of that for sure, because you don't want that bolt to come loose. Not that it was loose, but that's how they come from factory. They need Loctite on there. All right, let me put that one first. It's very simple. So what you do, put some Loctite on the side right here, put the bolt right on it, then you will hold both of them together so they don't spin. And I usually use the impact. You have to use the impact, because if you use other ones, it's just not gonna work. The impact works a whole lot better. All right, let me get to that, and then we go with the belt after that. Okay, so we got that bolted on. You can see the Loctite right there a little bit, just a little bit on the side, doesn't need much. You line up the 3 clips over there, then bolt it down. Should be good. Now we're gonna route the belt, like I said in a previous video. I'm gonna go and route the belt from the top, because it's a lot easier that way, I believe. All right, let's do that real quick. All right, man, I tell you that putting belt wasn't easier. It was easier taking out, because that it came off the pulley, and I thought, oh yeah, you know, like any other mower and stuff. But no, this thing is way harder than you think. But it's out now, then replaced. Then what you gotta do is, like, once you replace it, you do want to make sure that it's on tracks. So give it a couple like pulls, and then make sure that nothing is like tangled up. Make sure the engine is spinning, because it should be spinning and stuff. Then mount your PTO belt back up, and then also, I don't know if I mentioned it, there is a PTO stopper here. This, yep, the kind of like, yeah, that one. You have to unbolt that for the PTO to spin and all that. So make sure your wires are not touching anything. In this case, they're on top and away from the belts. So we got everything where it needs to be. Now I gotta mount the fender back up. Actually, I gotta put the fuel tank first, and as we said, the battery needs to be replaced. And I think I should do that now. I probably have the room. I probably have the room, but I'm gonna loosen the bolt here, and then loosen the bolt over here, and take this bracket out. Actually, I'm not gonna take this bolt. I'm gonna take that one out, and then just slide it, and then slide this one off, because that's what stops it, just the first one. Well, then mount the seat, fender, and all that, and we are good to go. I'm not gonna change the oil today because it's already getting late, but the belt is there. PTO, the deck belt is on. Let's go with the fuel tank first. All right, see you guys in the next video. Okay, so I've put everything back together. The seat is back, the bumper, fuel tank. I still got a zip tie, 2 more zip ties there at the end. I think it's unnecessary, but that's how we came with it, so we're still gonna put them in. And then I am going to replace the battery tomorrow because it already got late today. I don't feel like running to the store right now. Yeah, and also I did do the fuel filter since I already was installing the tank. It was pointless to leave it for tomorrow anyways, because I had to still mount the hoses and stuff that I had taken off, so why do the work twice? So I already did that. Did replace the air filter, which the guy already had supplied it, so I didn't buy that one. Then what I like to do is once I take parts out and whatever, I pour it in a pile, pour them in a box, so when the owner comes by, he knows that we're not scamming OEM parts, especially when it comes to Kawasaki's. I love to put OEM parts. I hate putting Amazon parts on it or Chinese parts, because they're probably Chinese too, but as long as it says OEM and I got the same number on the part, it doesn't come back to me for anything that happens to it. So I always put OEM parts for any Kawasaki's because I just love them. They're too good of an engine to ruin them with $5 parts and stuff. So if you're spending $30-40 on oil and filters, then it's worth it. Anyways, everything is put together, belts are back together, everything should be good. I am going to, like I said, change the battery tomorrow. I'm gonna run it for like 5 minutes, change the oil. While the oil will be coming out, what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna take the blades off, then I'm going to sharpen them with one of these tools. It's pretty good, that thing works pretty good. It does 30 degree, which is, I do it for my X-Mark, and then does a very, very good job. All right, so see you guys tomorrow. Let me call it a day for the night because it's already getting dark. All right, see you tomorrow. Okay, so we replaced the battery. Brand new battery. We did that, and then we had to make sure, we had to crank it a few times to make sure that nothing was cut up in the belts or anything like that. And then you can see right there, works perfectly fine. Let me see if I can see it from over here. You can see it a little bit through there, or right there. I'm just warming up the engine now. We're gonna go do the oil change and the filter, and we should be good. So for the oil, what you do is just loosen up this. I use a flat screwdriver, put a pin underneath it. It has a thing here where the oil is supposed to land, but also it spills on the other side as well every time. I don't know why they did the design. All I gotta do is just add a little hose. It's perfect, I guess I don't do that anymore these days. Okay, this oil is not bad. It only has 50 hours. So I'm gonna change it anyways. So for the oil filter, I had to remove the oil plug here from over there. I had to remove it. It takes a 10. Well, I dropped it. It's fine. Hang on, I don't want to melt. Not to melt from the exhaust there. Anyways, it's a 10 millimeter bolt right here. You take that out, pull. There's a little rubber gasket in there. You pull it out. Now you can go from this side and loosen the the oil filter, because you cannot put your hands anywhere in here. Even, you see, it's very tight. There goes the rest of the oil. See, and there. But you cannot get from here. I couldn't get it from here. It was very, very tight. So I had to loosen that. Okay, oil is changed at 57.3 hours. The blades, sharpen the blades. They look, I usually don't like to put my hand in here, but they're sharpened, ready to go. Then let's do the test drive, since we changed the belt. Brake off, bring the handles, and boom, just like that. Give it a little thrust. There we go. Okay, that completes this service. Everything has been done. I'm gonna call the owner, and then he doesn't have a trailer, so I'm gonna have to deliver it to see if he's home or something tonight, if not tomorrow. But let me know, guys, let me know how much you charge to do a service like this, meaning change the fan, for the cooling fan for the hydrostatic, replacing the belt. He had the air filter himself, so I'm not charging for that. But fuel filter, oil, and then sharpening the blades. Also picking up the mower and delivering it back to the owner. Let me know in the comments below how much you guys would charge for a service like this. He's not far, he's maybe a mile and a half from me, which, you know, should be a small price, but still picking it up and delivering it. So let me know how much you guys charge for something like this, and then let me know if you would have done it any other way, or any tips for me, or whatever. Just subscribe, and then, you know, follow me. I do a lot of these fixes and stuff. I'm not the best, but I do a good job, I think, for cheap. All right, guys. See you guys on another mower and another video. See you in the next video.